Imagine walking into an airport, planning to continue your journey, completely unaware that your life is about to become one of Nigeria's greatest mysteries. In 1984, a woman named Gloria Okon was reportedly arrested by Nigerian authorities. Her arrest wasn't a secret. Officials acknowledged that she had been taken into custody. Then, something happened. Days passed. Questions began to spread. Family members wanted answers. Journalists started investigating. Government officials were asked a simple question: where is Gloria Okon? No one seemed able to give a clear answer. Some reports claimed she had died. Others suggested she had escaped. Still others believed there was far more to the story than the public had been told. Decades have passed. Governments have changed. Investigations have come and gone. Yet one question still refuses to disappear. What really happened to Gloria Okon? Tonight we examine the documented facts, the unanswered questions and the theories behind one of Nigeria's most enduring mysteries. This is not a story of ghosts or legends. This is the story of a real woman whose disappearance continues to provoke debate more than 40 years later. There is the mystery of Gloria Okon. Firstly, welcome to Franco, where we uncover Africa's most fascinating mysteries, unexplained disappearances, forgotten histories, and true stories that continue to puzzle investigators and historians alike. Today's story takes us back to Nigeria in 1984, a time of political uncertainty, powerful security agencies, and a case that would leave an entire nation searching for answers. The mystery of Gloria Okon is more than just the story of one woman's disappearance. It's a story of unanswered questions, conflicting accounts, and a mystery that has endured for more than 4 decades. To understand why this case became one of Nigeria's most talked about mysteries, we first need to understand the Nigeria of 1984. It was a very different country from the Nigeria we know today. Just months earlier, on December the 31st, 1983, the military had taken control of the government in a coup. Major General Muhammadu Buhari became the country's head of state, promising to restore discipline, fight corruption, and stabilize the nation. But with military rule came stricter security measures. Across the country, security agencies were given broad powers. Travelers were closely monitored. Smuggling, corruption, and crimes involving the country's borders became major concerns for the government. Airports, seaports, and border crossings were under increased surveillance. At the same time, many Nigerians were living through economic hardship. The government launched a campaign known as the War Against Indiscipline, encouraging citizens to follow strict rules and obey public order. While many supported these efforts, others worried about the growing power of the military and the limited space for public criticism. It was an era defined by uncertainty, an era in which arrests by security agencies attracted serious attention. And it was during this tense period that a woman named Gloria Okon reportedly came to the attention of Nigerian authorities. At first, it seemed like just another arrest. But what happened next would transform an ordinary investigation into one of Nigeria's most enduring mysteries. Before we examine what happened, we need to ask a simple question. Who was Gloria Okon? Surprisingly, the answer isn't as clear as you might expect. Unlike many high-profile cases, very little verified information about Gloria Okon's personal life is publicly available. There are no widely known interviews, no detailed biographies, no personal writings. Much of what is remembered today comes from news reports published after her disappearance and the public controversy that followed. What is generally reported is that in 1984, Gloria Okon came to the attention of Nigerian authorities during a period of heightened security under military rule. According to reports from the time, she was detained after arriving in Nigeria through an airport. Authorities believed she might have information relevant to an ongoing investigation. Exactly what investigators suspected, however, has been the subject of differing accounts over the years. Some reports suggested she was linked to smuggling activities. Others claimed she possessed information that interested security agencies. Many of these claims remain disputed, and official records available to the public do not provide a complete picture. What is not disputed is that her reported arrest quickly became a matter of national attention. At first, it seemed like another routine detention. A woman questioned by authorities, a case that would likely disappear from the headlines within days. But no one could have predicted what would happen next, because after Gloria Okon was taken into custody, the trail began to disappear. And with every passing day, the questions became harder to answer. By the time Gloria Okon arrived at the airport in 1984, Nigeria's security agencies were on high alert. The country was under military rule. Airports had become places of intense scrutiny. Passengers were searched, documents were checked, and anyone suspected of criminal activity or possessing sensitive information could quickly find themselves under investigation. According to reports from the time, Gloria Okon was detained by Nigerian authorities after arriving at the airport. The exact circumstances of her detention have been described differently in various accounts, but one point appears consistently. She was in government custody. At first, there was little reason for the public to pay attention. People were detained and questioned every day. Most investigations ended quietly. Most suspects were either released or brought before the courts. There was nothing to suggest this case would be any different. But as the days passed, something unusual began to happen. Questions about Gloria's whereabouts started to emerge. Family members wanted to know where she was. Journalists began asking officials for answers. Was she still being questioned? Had she been transferred to another facility? Or had something gone terribly wrong? Instead of clear answers, conflicting reports began to circulate. Some accounts suggested she was no longer in custody. Others claimed she had been moved. Yet, no explanation seemed to fully account for what had happened after her arrest. For the public, what began as an ordinary detention was slowly becoming something far more unsettling, because the longer the silence continued, the more people began asking the same question: where was Gloria Okon? The mystery was no longer about why she had been arrested. It had become a mystery about what happened after the arrest, and that question would haunt Nigeria for decades. As the days passed, the silence became impossible to ignore. People expected Gloria Okon's case to follow a familiar path. If investigators found evidence, the case would proceed. If they didn't, she would likely be released. But according to reports from the time, neither seemed to happen. Instead, confusion began to replace certainty. Journalists searched for answers. Government officials faced difficult questions, and the public wanted to know one thing: where was Gloria Okon? The answers they received were anything but consistent. Some reports suggested that Gloria had died while in custody. Others claimed she had escaped. There were also reports that she had been transferred, though no publicly available account settled the question conclusively. With every new report came another contradiction. Instead of solving the mystery, it only became more complicated. For investigators, the lack of a clear timeline created a serious problem. Without an agreed account of Gloria's final known movements, it became difficult to establish exactly what had happened after her detention. And when timelines become uncertain, rumors often fill the gaps. Across Nigeria, speculation spread rapidly. People debated the case in homes, offices, and newspaper columns. Some believed the truth was being hidden. Others urged caution, arguing that too many claims were based on rumor rather than evidence. What everyone could agree on was this: a woman who had reportedly entered government custody could no longer be clearly accounted for in the public record. That single fact transformed the case from an investigation into a national mystery. Even today, decades later, the question remains unchanged. What really happened after Gloria Okon was arrested? As uncertainty surrounding Gloria Okon's disappearance grew, so did public pressure. What had begun as the reported detention of one woman was now a story making headlines across Nigeria. Journalists searched for answers. Editorials questioned what had happened. And ordinary Nigerians wanted to know how someone who had reportedly entered government custody could seemingly vanish without a clear explanation. Officials were asked to account for the case. Over time, statements were made, reports were discussed, and different versions of events entered the public conversation. But instead of bringing clarity, the case became even more difficult to understand. Some accounts contradicted others. Certain details appeared in one report, but not another. For investigators and journalists alike, separating verified facts from rumor became a challenge. As the years passed, the Gloria Okon case evolved into more than a missing person mystery. It became a symbol of unanswered questions. For some, it represented the importance of transparency and accountability. For others, it was a reminder of how easily uncertainty can grow when clear records are unavailable. Even today, historians and researchers continue to examine the case, comparing newspaper archives, public statements, and historical records in the hope of better understanding what happened. Yet, despite decades of discussion, one question still remains unanswered. What became of Gloria Okon? The investigation had produced many questions, but no answer that everyone accepted. And where certainty ends, theories often begin. More than 4 decades have passed since Gloria Okon's reported disappearance. Governments have changed. Generations have come and gone. Yet the questions surrounding her case have never completely disappeared. For many Nigerians, the Gloria Okon mystery is remembered not simply because a woman vanished, but because so many questions were left unanswered. It serves as a reminder of how important accurate records, transparency, and accountability are in any investigation. When information is incomplete, rumors grow. When questions remain unanswered, mysteries endure. Today, historians, journalists, and researchers continue to revisit cases like Gloria Okon's, not only in search of answers, but to better understand a complicated period in Nigeria's history. Whether the full truth will ever be known remains uncertain. Perhaps new evidence will one day emerge. Perhaps forgotten records will be uncovered. Or perhaps the mystery will remain unsolved forever. But until that day comes, the story of Gloria Okon will continue to be one of Nigeria's most debated historical mysteries. Thank you for watching. If you found this documentary informative, consider subscribing to Franco, where we uncover real-life mysteries, unexplained disappearances, and forgotten stories from across Africa. And now we'd like to hear from you. What do you think happened to Gloria Okon? Share your thoughts in the comments below.